Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. It's Tony from Safe Haven. And I wanted to take a brief couple of minutes from my day and talk about something that's been on my mind. And this is, there are tons of YouTube videos out here, but you know what? The more information, the more perspectives you hear from others, the better, and the more in tune, or the quicker you'll heal up, right? So, boom, you were with somebody, they up and leave. Next thing you know, you see them posting on Facebook, you see them posting on Instagram, you see them post on Snapchat, whatever. Like they with this new. Oh wow, this is Spock. He's making a little cameo. As you know, my cats love being on camera at the most inopportune times. Everybody say hi to Spock. Oh, word. Now you want to be shy? Okay, get down. Um, and uh, narcissistic little creature. But anyway, let's talk about it, right? So you see them, and they're just living the dream, right? And they're living their life, and they're out here posting about a new person, a new woman, a new man, and they're like, oh my god, I finally found the one. I can't believe it. You know, took sometimes you got to dig through the dirt to find a diamond. Nonsense like that. All right. And here you are. You probably spent a significant amount of time investing in this relationship. You probably didn't go out here, cheating or anything like that. You probably were the best you could be, right? And they just up and leave. And they're out here talking about this person, right? And they're out here posting about them and everything. And they're just digging a knife in. Your friends are meeting them, or your family, their family has already met them. Your, mutuals know about this person. All of a sudden it's like, yes, 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 I'm in love. This is the one I wanted to be with. I love this person to the moon and back, blah, blah, blah. And you out here with your heart in your hands. You're probably having a hard time picking the pieces up. You're having a hard time even thinking about dating, especially if you've been with this person for a while and you had no intention of doing that. Or maybe you just lack confidence, you lack game, you lack whatever if you're a man, or if you're a woman, you just, you either let yourself go or whatever the case may be, right? All right, so listen, let me tell y'all something. I know in the moment, because I went through it multiple times, I know in the moment it hurts, it sucks, it looks painful, or it feels painful to know that the person you love is out there giving themselves to somebody else. Let's just keep it a buck 50, especially for us men, right? Women, they're a little easier to disconnect from men, or from relationships, but men, we kind of have a little more difficult time, right? So it's tough seeing that. It's very painful. It's very hurtful. We may have had children with these people, and now our kids are suffering because their family's broken up, or they got to get adjusted to a new partner that their mommy has or their daddy has, whatever the case may be, right? It is tough. It is painful. But let me tell you a couple of key facts, right? Number one, it's all for show and tell, right? Narcs generally do feel, in the first beginning stages of a romance, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. But understand, they out here because they're addicted to people. They're addicted to reactions. They're addicted to giving praise and adoration. They're addicted to that. So they're going to go where it comes easily. And how do you get it easily? Well, by meeting somebody new. It's all lies and misconceptions or misperceptions. They're addicted to people. They're addicted to reactions. They're addicted to praise and adoration. They don't care about anything else. So when they're love bombing and blowing the socks off of somebody, in terms of being an awesome partner to this person, right? They know how to put on that act. They're going to post about it. Oh, we're showing love. Oh, this is great. This is amazing. And the person usually is going to go along with it because they usually don't know what the heck they're in for. They do not. Understand this. They are in the same boat you were in, okay? But the problem is they're in a boat with somebody who's actively punching holes in the canoe, right? I heard that term on another YouTube video a couple of days back. This guy was like, yo, my ex-wife was punching holes in the canoe while I was rowing. And I couldn't agree more, right? So that new partner that this person is with, guess what? They're in a sinking ship. They don't know it, but they are in a sinking ship. Second point I need you to understand is that even though your next has moved on, allegedly, to the new supply, guess what? They still checking on you. They still thinking about you. They still going to try to connect with you in some way. They still going to try to be up in your orbit. And listen, this is not Hollywood. In Hollywood, people, go on with new relationships, and then, how many rom-coms are out there in which they start coming back and start, hi, how are you? You know what I mean? That's Hollywood. In reality, they're going to come back. Why? Because, again, it's an addiction. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with caring. They may like you. They like how you make them feel, especially if you're a really good person to them. Trust me, right? But the moment things feel a little itchy over with the other person, the new guy, the new gal, they're going to start swimming up in your waters all over again. Hey, how are you? Thinking about you, going to the store. Do you need anything? Blah, blah, blah. Some of them are going to be in your face. Yo, what's up with me and you? Some of them are going to just not say that, but they're going to be buzzing around you, right? And again, in Hollywood or in, these rom-coms, these fantasy stories, that's a cute thing, right? It's like, oh, maybe they still love me. Maybe they really want to be with me, yada, yada, yada. No, that is not the case. What they are doing is they coming around just for that reaction from you, to give them an ego boost. Yeah, I still got her looking at me. I still got him looking at me. Yeah, they still want me, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the relationship, right? Here's a third part, and the caveat, and it ties in with that. Trust when I say they will have no issue running amok on their person with you or with somebody else. Again, it's all about supply, it's all about reaction, it's all about an ego boost. They will get with you while they're still with that other person, not because they really have feelings for you and they want to see where this is going to go. No, they want the ego boost of knowing they have multiple sources of supply, whether it's sexual, financial, emotional, mental, physical, whatever the case may be. That is their modus operandi. That is what they are looking for, right? The fourth thing is you got to understand something. The new person, the new gal, the new guy is going to go through the exact same process that you did. They're going to get love bombed. They're going to be told you're the greatest. Let's move either quickly or let's go everywhere together. Let's build a life together, blah, 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 blah. And then next thing you know, there's going to be a devalue. Now, that devalue stage is when that person, your next, is going to start calling you. They're going to start popping up at your door. They're going to start swinging by your work. They're going to start shopping at your grocery store. The moment you see them popping their little ugly little turtle head around you again, trust and believe that the value stage has started with the new person, right? And it's by design. It's automatic. Why? Because if they really valued the relationship, they would not be digging up old dirt. They would not be digging up in your garden. They're with the new person, right? They so in love, right? Why are they buzzing around you? Why are they talking about, hey, how you doing? Why are they going to your mutuals? Hey, have you seen so-and-so? What's up? No, they're already devaluing that other person, right? Next thing you know, sometime, they're going to dump that person or that person's going to dump them and they're going to come back to you and be like, hey, it was always about you. I was just wondering if we could talk. Right? Now, listen, sometimes in relationships, things get messy, things get muddy. With two healthy people, they grow apart, they go their own way. One person gets in a relationship with somebody else, realizes that's not the way. Then they go and do some self-growth, self-reflection, and come back to you like, hey, listen, I messed up. Just wondering, maybe could we work things out? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you'll see a lot of YouTube life coaches and a lot of dating coaches give you the advice that says, hey, listen, you know what, don't do it. And 99% of the time, that's the way to go. Otherwise, other times it's, no, give it a shot, right? between two individuals who are capable of taking account for their actions and who are capable of taking account for where they messed up and have a clear plan and strategy for how they're going to repair that and never do that mistake again. Okay? That only works then. With the narc, they'll just come up in there, talk about, hey, I always have feelings for you. It was always me and you, baby, versus the world, right? And here's how you know that they full of it, right? All you got to do is be like, put the brakes on, because it's very easy. They're going to come to you, love bomb you, seduce you. Next thing you know, you find yourself, sleeping with them again or whatever. They love to do that. Move quick, right? And then here's how you put a stop to that, right? Here's how you determine. If you are unsure, which we always tell you, don't be bothered with a narc, just, block them or whatever. But if you're unsure and I don't know, they weren't clinically diagnosed, yada, 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 this is what you got to do. Sit down with them over coffee. Say, listen, we got to talk before we go any further. Before we go any further, I need to address these issues, that issue, this, that, and the third. Watch how they act. What they're going to do is when you say, look, there was this problem, there was that issue that was unresolved. Watch them always flip it on you. Well, you did this, you did that. They may have cheated on you, ran out on you, discarded you, dumped you and the kids off in the middle of the wilderness somewhere, but they're always going to blame you. You're not going to hear any kind of accountability, right? You're not going to hear any kind of, yeah, I messed up, I was wrong. This is why I can understand how this and that hurt you. This is my plan to address that, blah, blah, blah. Why, I had to work and get some help with this and that, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to hear that from them. You're going to hear lies. You're going to hear some fake epiphanies. Oh, I always realized you was the one. But when you start digging, when you start putting up boundaries, when you start saying, hey, listen, you know what? I'd love to work this out with you. Or, you know what? I want to take my time. Let's slow this down a little bit before I figure out if this is the right thing. Or, you know what? If we're going to work out, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. As soon as you say that, watch them run for the hills. All of a sudden, they start saying things like, well, I don't know if we're going to work out. Or, there's no trust here. Or, or they may not say anything. And next thing you know, they just ghost you. And they're off with another supply, right? Talking about, oh, I'm in love, this and that, right? It's going to happen. So listen, please don't envy the new person. Don't envy the new relationship. Don't envy the fact that they out here, lying and deceiving with somebody new who doesn't know them. Just understand, this is just another victim of theirs. Just like you were a victim, just like you were abused, this person is getting abused, right? And who knows, maybe this person is a little smarter and will get out sooner. Maybe this person will give them a taste of their own medicine, right? Who knows? All you can do is just put your blinders on, focus on yourself, focus on your self-growth, focus on building yourself up, be the best version of yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. Okay, it doesn't matter. This applies to everybody. So yesterday, my camera died, but just real quick, another thing you got to understand about the new supply, the new person that your ex is with, and they're posting it and talking about it and throwing it pretty much in your face, either if it's subliminally or like really out there, is that they want you to feel bad, right? Because if they know that you're feeling messed up and you're feeling bad and you're not moving forward, it makes them feel important. Remember, they are running off of the addiction to people, right? And even when somebody is feeling bad, it makes them feel great. Why? Because, oh, well, it must mean I matter. It must mean that I mean something. So here's what you got to do. First off, you got to block the contact. If you have kids together, if, whatever, just go no contact, low contact, gray rock, do what you have to do. Don't go on their social media. Don't check for them. Don't look for them. If you have mutuals, don't ask about them, right? If the mutuals start talking to them, but it's like, oh, hey, you know what? I'm not really interested. Here's another fact. The reason why they're so acting like they're in love with this new person and this person is the greatest is because they don't want people questioning them and holding their feet to the fire about why they would leave a good person. Why did you leave so-and-so? Or y'all look like the perfect couple, or really? Like, was it that bad that you had to do all this? They're going to lie anyway. They're going to say that you're a horrible person. You weren't there for them. You didn't love them, this, that, and the third. And that this person absolutely loves them and absolutely gets them, right? That's part of what they call a smear campaign. A smear campaign is when someone goes out and makes false, allegations, false stories about another person, right? And in order to tarnish their reputation. You know that you were excellent to this person. They know you were excellent to them, right? You know that you also had things you could have worked on and done better. They know that as well. However, all that gets thrown out the window when they were out here trying to act like they just found the next, the greatest thing since sliced bread. Remember, everything is based on lies, it's based on appearances, and it's based on getting people to feel a certain way. It's rooted in getting acknowledgement. Negative acknowledgement from you by seeing you hurting and upset, and positive acknowledgement from their friends, positive acknowledgement from the partner that they're with, and just a feeling of euphoria. But understand something, that's going to die out. It eventually will die out. It may be a year, maybe a week, it may be a month, it may be a decade, but it will eventually die out. And that person will wind up in the same bin as you were. And they're going to be on to the next. Or they may come back to you, hey, how are you? Just as a transitional source until they find somebody new. Don't let them back. Work on yourself. Work on being the best version of yourself. Be so preoccupied and so busy chasing your dreams, you don't got time to be chasing their drama. In life, you're either going through it or growing through it. I hope this helps you to grow through it. Have a good one.